Don't they have any traffic lights in Kansas?
They sure do, mister, but after looking at this tangle, they don't do much good here.
Hey, wait a minute. We can't go up there like this. Well, what's wrong with us? Looks like we crawled all the way to California on our hands and knees. Got a last week's laundry. Never budge out of the house. How's yours?
My apartment mate is 6'3". He weighs 212 pounds, and there's nothing he likes better than taking people like you apart. And there's nothing I like better than picking up the pieces.
Pardon me. Flathead.
Spider.
6 wide. Can't they build airplanes that still talk English?
Oh, you're catching on, all right. Last fella I had in here with me was from Georgia. And then the men couldn't understand him. He was a one-man bottleneck. Watch out, kid.
Careful this, mister. Pork is high these days.
Sure.
Nice.
Mr. Hansel, this is Tom Shaw, new mechanic for you.
Pleased to meet you.
Glad to have you with us, Shaw. All right, Shaw, you report here to Mr. Hansel tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
He's reported here to me right now. Come on, Shaw, I'll introduce you to your lead man. You can hang up your coat and get right to work.
What's a motor like that turn over?
Over a lot of German territory, I hope.
That's good.
Alec, this is Tom Shaw. Personnel says he's a mechanic and he agrees with them. I think they may be right for once. This is Alec Johnson, your lead man.
Pleased to meet you.
Right ahead.
Al Lester and Reg Alexander. Al Lester and Reg Alexander. Call 1886. 1886. Ralph Schmidt.
Are you still mad at me, Pop?
Hi, kids. Sit down.
Corky, you haven't met my Pop.
Here. Hey, unconscious, who you pushing?
Look, Dopey, you can't sneak in here.
Ah, button up your lip. Buddy, give me a leg up. Thanks, Junior. I'll do the same for you someday.
What does he do around here? Walk under bridge tables?
You got me.
Come on, Gopher. In your hole.
Now I know. Shoot the rivets to me, Charlie.
What do you know about that?
I heard they'd been having a lot of trouble getting regular-sized fellers into the narrow tails of them P-38 fuselages. They must have got smart and started using midgets to crawl in and connect up stuff.
Looks like it.
Gosh, I'm glad I found out. That would have worried me.
Still worries me.
Ralph Reynolds. Ralph Reynolds, call 1844. 1844.
There's your baby. She looks kind of big for a Christmas stocking, don't you think?
Not too big for the job she's got to do. I wish she was 10 times as big, and I wish we had 10,000 more like her.
Jake Hanso of Department 16, call 2122.
Only 122. Say, that's the big boss.
Dance, Mrs. Maple.
Oh, Corky, now stop it. Quit it. Quit it.
Not until you change your mind about tomorrow night.
All right, all right. Now will you stop it?
You promise?
Yes, yes, it's a date. Now let me go. When are you going to grow up and start taking your work serious?
The day they make me a vice president of the company.
Hi, Aroma. Hi, Eddie. Why don't you give that muzzler the breeze and step out with a real guy? I'll think it over.
Competition around here is getting pretty fierce. What's your favorite tune, sugar? An old pal of mine is in this outfit. Saw her yesterday. Hey, where's Gil?
He isn't here anymore. The Army got him.
Where is he?
He's in the Army now.
What?
He's in the Army now.
Understand it. How could they draft a guy like Gil? This is an essential industry, isn't it?
That doesn't mean a thing unless you're an essential employee. Evidently, your friend wasn't so essential.
Yeah, but he had a more important job than I have. What does that make me?
Oh, a high private in the rear rank, or perhaps a mainstay in a parachute battalion.
Look what's off our port bow. Hello, Roma.
Hello, Fred.
Just over there getting some ice cream, and I saw you here, and well, maybe you'd like some, too.
Well, thanks, Fred. How've you been?
All right. Hey, would you mind? I'd like to talk to my wife. Oh, no, go right ahead. It's all right with me. Would you like to go to dinner tonight or a movie or something?
No, thanks, Fred. I don't like to go out when I have to work the next day.
Well, what about tomorrow night? You got all day Sunday to rest up. Rest up? Expect to wear her out so she'll have to spend the next day in bed? Hey, listen, what do you got to say about this anyway? Nothing except that she happens to have a date with me tomorrow. Oh? That'll be nice. I hope you both have the time of your lives. That guy must still think he's got a bill of sale on you.
Corky, I think we'd better call off our date. I don't like Brad's attitude about this. It's too much like the calm before the storm.
With this investment I've got in you, I should say not.
I'm serious, Corky. There's no telling what he might do. You know that.
You're free white and 21, aren't you?
Yes, but not much more, and neither are you. You're young, and you'd like to live a while longer, wouldn't you?
Don't worry about what Brad might do to me. I always could run faster than him, especially if he was chasing me. Well, back to the salt mines. The only thing I have to do now is figure out how to become an essential man in an essential industry.
I'll ask Mr. Gross if he needs a confidential assistant.
Tell him I'm available, because, Ducky, I can feel the hot breath of my draft board blowing down my neck. So long. See you tomorrow night.
So long.
Hey, what have you got that I haven't got?
Just this, a long stride. Just one of the more bothersome species of California fauna, like to be found in your hair and in your car. Anything I can do for you, my good man.
Well, those matter, Roma. I'm in, Roma.
Well, I guess I'd better sit down while you boys battle it out.
Haven't you ever heard of threesomes?
No, what about them?
They smell.
Well, sorry you won't go with us. Hey!
One more turn like that, and you can make the rest of the payments on this buggy.
One more turn like that, and there won't be anything to make payments on.
I hope you're carrying some letters or your driver's license or something.
Why?
So the newspapers won't describe you as an unidentified body.
Please, boys, if you must fight, isn't there a cheaper night rate after dinner?
Yeah, that's right, honey. First I'll feed you, and then I'll feed him. Some ground glass. Why don't you throw these weeds over?
Oh,
Hey,
Fred,
wait a minute.
my flower.
Honey, I got a real corsage for you right here.
Put those on, baby, and then you won't feel like you're out slumming.
Oh, Fred, orchids. These are the first orchids I've had since the day I was married.
Then you better get rid of them. They're a bad luck flower.
Oh, Corky, stop it, my orchid.
Then tell him to lay off my gardeenias.
There's one way to settle this.
Hey! You didn't have to do that. You could have thrown him out and kept the flowers. Why? And I think it's about time I got out of that flunky's job in the tool crib. After all, the only difference between it and checking hats is I don't get tipped.
What kind of a job have you got in mind?
Well, that job you just mentioned will be all right with me.
Okay, Jones. I'll see if I can get you transferred to Department 2. That's the storeroom receiving department. It'll be a good place for a fella like you to learn. But it's a tough job.
Not as tough as the infantry, I'll bet. Thanks.
How's it going, Jones? Do you like dispatching?
Great. Enjoying it a lot. Should have been here for installation an hour ago.
We're doing our best, Corky.
From here on in, that's not good enough. You have to do better.
Okay, we'll turn on the pressure.
if we can finish testing before lunch, eh?
We'll try.
You're proving to the world that you can answer the enemy's impossible with the Chinese can do. There are a lot of battles still to be fought in this war, and one battle that we cannot and will not lose is the battle of production. You are the soldiers in that fight, without uniforms, but just as essential to victory as the men who fight in the planes you build. That ship there, men, is your ship. You built it. And so one of you should send it on its way. I think you will all agree that that honor rightfully belongs to Jake Hansel.
It was very kind of Mr. Archer to call me up here. A great honor. I know that I should make some kind of a speech. But now, more than ever, there is no time to waste making speeches. We got a big job to do.